Tonight on CTV News at 11:30, wildfire season sparks across the Northeast.
Timmins 9 is currently 350 hectares in size. It's located about 10 kilometers north of Gogama.
The Ministry of Natural Resources warns that the fire hazard is now mostly high across our area. Plus, a powerful reminder this ATV Safety Week.
It's not meant to ride at the same speed as a motorcycle or a car or even a snowmobile on a groomed trail.
Officials share tips that riders need to hear before hitting the trails. And soccer pitches and a cricket field are on the table for North Bay City Council.
North Bay is the only city in Northern Ontario that doesn't have a proper cricket facility, not even one.
But is the price tag out of bounds?
CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Ian is off. As temperatures continue to climb, the risk of wildfires is also up. The Ministry of Natural Resources has classified the fire hazard as high for the majority of our region. CTV's Lindsay Alick has more.
There are currently 7 active wildland fires in the Northeast region. 3 are under control, 2 are being held, and 2 are not under control.
We have Sudbury 2, which is about 47 hectares in size. It's approximately 3 kilometers north of Highway 17 and 1 kilometer east of Agnew Lake. This fire is being held. Sudbury 3 is 2.8 hectares in size and is located west of Secord Road, which is about 2 kilometers west of Highway 69. This fire is also now under control. Cochrane 4 was 0.2 hectares in size, very small, and located north of Highway 11 near Hearst Junction, west of Hearst. This fire is now out. And then Timmins 9 is currently 350 hectares in size. It's located about 10 kilometers north of Gogama.
Lake says Timmins 9 was confirmed late Sunday afternoon and is not under control at this time.
There are 7 crews assigned to this fire. It also received the initial attack through aircraft. We had 3 CL-415s attend, 2 twin otter water bombers with a lead bird dog actioning the fire late yesterday afternoon and into the early evening. There's been no impacts from this fire on Highway 144 as of this morning, June 1st.
Lake adds that the MNR is not able to speak to what may have started each of these fires.
A formal investigation gets completed on every fire to look at the general cause, the source of ignition, responsible parties, if that can be determined. This includes a completion of a fire investigation report.
While they can't predict what is going to happen, Lake says staff keep a close eye on weather conditions. She encourages everyone to stay alert and to check out the interactive fire map posted online. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
1 person is dead after 2 dirt bikes collided along a trail in Garden River First Nation east of Sault Ste. Marie. Anishinaabe police say that the 2 dirt bikes were traveling in opposite directions when they collided Sunday night. Police say a 34-year-old man suffered serious injuries and despite life-saving efforts was pronounced dead in hospital. Both riders were wearing helmets. Provincial police are using ATV Safety Week to remind riders how a simple decision to wear a helmet can make the difference between life or death. CTV's Lydia Chubak reports.
This ATV trail in Timmins connects to a network of trails that extend into the west end of the city. Officials with the Timmins ATV Club say their trails are not engineered, and some riders underestimate the challenges of off-road terrain, pushing their machines beyond their abilities.
It's not meant to ride at the same speed as a motorcycle or a car or even a snowmobile on a groomed trail. So it is a different mentality, is a different culture. Northern Ontario culture nonetheless, but it is a different mentality here.
According to the OPP, half of all-terrain vehicle riders killed within its jurisdiction were not wearing a helmet, a statistic it says that has not changed much over the past decade. While neither the OPP nor Timmins Police had a representative available for comment before our deadline today, LaPalme says members of the Timmins ATV Club are generally compliant when it comes to wearing helmets.
Most of the collisions or accidents that happen, we are seeing, especially if it's on trail or otherwise, on public roads or anything like that, designated public roads, or even non-designated public roads anywhere, is a lot of times of a speed concern or higher rates of speed.
The OPP also says alcohol or drug use was a factor in nearly half of all fatal off-road vehicle collisions, and it says 41 passengers were among the 240 people killed in off-road vehicle incidents investigated between 2016 and 2025. ATV Safety Week runs through June 7th. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
2 First Nations and a redevelopment company are bringing back a Sault Ste. Marie historical landmark as a hospitality and cultural destination. Garden River and Batchewana First Nations signed a trilateral memorandum of understanding with BMI Group today. It establishes a partnership to develop the St. Mary's Paper Mill Tower into a hotel, conference center, and cultural destination. They say the project will create economic development, employment, and long-term community benefits. An inquest began today into the June 2020 death of an inmate at the Thunder Bay Jail. The 9-day inquest into the death of 27-year-old Kevin Mamakwa will look into safety procedures and a lack of mental health support programs for those suffering from depression. You can read his father's testimony from day one by going to our website, CTV News Northern Ontario.ca. Last month, forest products company Interfor announced it would be indefinitely curtailing operations at its facilities in Nairn Centre and Gogama due to weak market conditions. On Friday, a town hall was held in Nairn Centre. Elected representatives from various levels of government were among those attending. They were there to discuss impacts on the community and the region and to meet and speak with workers affected by the notice of the sawmill closure.
To come here and do this as a community with some of my coworkers and stuff to support each other and feel that support back, to feel like we're not alone in this, and to have like elected officials and people here makes us feel like valued workers, valued people. Like we matter.
127 hardworking people are losing their job, and I cannot just sit there idle. I needed to see what can I do to be helpful, what can I do to help make things change, and there's a lot of room for the provincial government to help. The forestry sector is in crisis right now.
We have been coordinating through our economic development officer resources for them and to find the best places that they can go to help look for new jobs. There was one job fair already in Espanola, and there is a second job fair scheduled in Nairn Centre.
That job fair in Nairn Centre is scheduled for June 24th. The City of Greater Sudbury wants to hear from the public on its response to that huge snowstorm in mid-March. This was how the city looked the day after the major winter storm, which brought severe and prolonged conditions impacting roads, transit, and other municipal services. City Council has directed staff to conduct a review of the event, including gathering community feedback for improving the city's response to future weather events. An online and phone survey will be available until June 14th for residents to share their opinions. Hitting the trails or hanging out in the backyard comes with a hidden risk this time of year. A surge in the tick population means you and your pets could bring home an unwanted guest. CTV's Madison Merrier reports.
More and more tiny ticks are moving north.
When I first started 34 years ago, if you found a tick on a pet, you stopped everything that was going on in the clinic so that all the staff could see what a tick looks like. They were extremely uncommon back then. Now, they're extremely common, and they can and do carry disease.
In 2025, 54 ticks were submitted in our service area to Public Health Sudbury districts, and 17 of those were black-legged ticks.
Not all ticks carry disease, but it is still important to remove the tick intact and as soon as possible, which is when tools like tick removers come in handy.
Consider the dogs as being sentinels in their environment. We share our environment with our pets, and your dog has a tick on it, that means you could have a tick on you too. So you have to be meticulous about checking yourself when you go outside and checking your dog.
Stinson says pets should take tick medication to reduce risks. He recommends a yearly protection. That's because his practice saw just a few cases earlier this year due to thaws in February and March.
It could happen. They are on their tick and flea medicine, which helps a lot.
It's a liquid tube that we apply every month, and we've been using it for 20 years on our dogs.
It's a one glove, you only need the one, and you just slide it over the dog's body, like you're petting and petting and petting, and then you could go backwards and see if there's anything.
Grew says if residents remove a tick from their person, they should put it in a container and bring it to their offices to have it tested, especially if it has black legs. Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
With more than 300 lakes in Sudbury, forecasting the blue-green algae season is nearly impossible. Health officials say since toxic blooms can pop up overnight, recognizing the warning signs is your best defense. Public Health Sudbury and districts and experts at Nossum University warn those scum layers are packed with harmful toxins. In humans, exposure can cause severe skin irritation, headaches, and gastrointestinal illness. They say the algae is easy to spot if you know what to look for.
Based on their name, often characterized by the bluish green color, it is very evident in the water when a bloom is present. You definitely would not want to touch it or swim in it. Can be quite cloudy. There could be sometimes a bit of what may appear to be like a bit of a scum layer, right? So very easily spot.
Not only should people be very cautious about not consuming the water, not bathing in it, being very careful with it, but keep a very close eye on pets as well, because pets are very susceptible to, jumping in the water, splashing around, and then they lick themselves dry when they get out of the water. So dogs in particular can be exposed to very, very high levels.
Officials add that if you suspect a bloom on your shoreline, report it immediately to the Ministry of the Environment. It's time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, Rick will have your full weather forecast. But for now, look at the current conditions around the region. And we do have a frost advisory for the areas in yellow on screen. Can't believe I'm saying that at this time of year, but is what it is. Look at the current conditions. We're sitting at 12 degrees in Chapleau, 13 in Elliott Lake, 9 degrees in Sault Ste. Marie, single-digit temperatures there, 11 in Timmins, 14 in North Bay. Your full forecast is coming up next.
Certainly hope you enjoyed your weekend. More great weather to come for a couple of days, then a little bit of precipitation. Forecast radar. Not much happening in terms of the radar as far as we're concerned here for Northeastern Ontario. Maybe a little bit of frost to the east of Parry Sound, south of North Bay this evening. Overnight temperatures will vary, but again, risk of frost in that particular area. Other than that, you could see a system moving in by late Wednesday. We'll have to keep a close eye on that anyways. Your forecast for the next couple of days: Sudbury, Nickel Belt, sunny skies Tuesday, Wednesday, 25, 27, 25 on Thursday, sun and cloud. Friday, here we go, chance of showers at 21. Then 2 days of sun and cloud, Saturday, Sunday, 23 and 24. Of course, both days above normal. Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, sunny skies Tuesday, Wednesday, 22 and 27. Chance of showers at 40% Thursday, Friday at 60%, a pretty good bet, 22 and 19 your highs. Saturday, Sunday, more sun and cloud, 21 and 23. Somewhat similar to Sudbury, Timmins, Cochrane, and Kapuskasing. Tuesday, Wednesday, sun and cloud, 24 going all the way up to 29 Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, some shower activity at 60%, 22 and 20 your daytime highs. Saturday, Sunday, sun and cloud, 22 and 25 above normal as we get going in the month of June. A couple of days in by this time. Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake. Sunshine Tuesday, Wednesday, 24 and 27. Chance of showers at 30 and 60% Thursday and Friday. 26 dropping down to 21, back up to 23 and 24 Saturday and Sunday with sun and cloud and sunshine. So some nice weather if you can get through a day or two of some rain, which we need. North Bay, West Nipissing. Sunshine Tuesday, Wednesday, 24, 27, 26 Thursday with the sun and cloud. Friday, chance of showers, 60% at 21. Saturday and Sunday, we've got sun and cloud, 23 and 24 above normal. Amanda, I know you love this type of weather. We all do. But it's got to rain in a couple of days, so we'll just keep our fingers crossed. That could change. We'll keep a close eye on that. But in the meantime, enjoy the sunshine and the warmer temperatures.
I sure will. Thanks for that, Rick. Laurentian University's new chancellor was officially installed today. The university marked the historic milestone during its spring convocation ceremony, welcoming distinguished alumnus Christian Straub as the first ever Indigenous person to hold the role. The ceremony featured a traditional drum performance and the presentation of a wampum belt meant to symbolize trust and cooperation between the university and First Nations communities. Straub's grandparents, Art and Eva Solomon, were instrumental in founding Laurentian's Native Studies program, making his installation a full circle moment.
Like you, I stand here today as a man shaped by those who walked before me. I am a product of mentors who saw potential when I was still finding my voice, as friends who held me accountable, and a family who remained my anchor. To my wife, my children, my elders, and my colleagues who have guided my path, you are the bedrock upon which I stand.
This week, Laurentian will also award 3 honorary doctorate degrees amidst the spring convocation ceremonies. A multi-use sports project that includes a field repair, 2 new FIFA-sized soccer pitches, and a cricket pitch is going before North Bay City Council tomorrow. But the price tag is more than expected. CTV's Eric Tashner tells us more.
The proposal to build 2 FIFA-sized soccer fields and a new cricket field at the Steve O'Michel Sports Complex is going to cost more than expected. Originally pitched at $3.3 million, it's now pegged at $4.8 million.
It has been very challenging to really nail down based on previous construction histories.
The entire multi-use field project was estimated to cost $5.4 million, but now it's come in at $6.2 million.
We have 6 cricketing teams in North Bay. North Bay is the only city in Northern Ontario that doesn't have a proper cricket facility, not even one.
The Ontario government is covering close to $1.7 million of the project's cost. If council chooses not to proceed, the city would have to forfeit that grant money.
In North Bay, we're rock, swamp, trees, water. So when we look at other communities in Southern Ontario, their land might be different for them to have different costs that might be less than ours.
Northern Ontario is a challenging environment.
An additional $854,000 is needed to complete both the soccer field repair and the multi-use field construction. Including lights will add an extra $1.56 million to the cost.
If we could afford lights, we'd put them in, and that hopefully there's another grant down the road and we can do that.
Councillor Tanya Vrebosch is worried about completing partial projects.
I'd rather do it once, do it right. Because if you don't have the lighting in place, can they play as much as we want? Then we're not going to get the revenue from the rentals, right?
If we can have a proper facility, we can bring in a lot of teams from down south, Toronto, who are ready to come here to compete with Northern Ontario.
Construction of the multi-use field is slated to be completed in November if given the green light. The field repairs would begin early September with a target completion date of April 2027. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
The Anderson Farm Museum Heritage Society in Greater Sudbury is looking for volunteers. A lack of resources and manpower meant the popular Rock the Farm summer concert series was postponed this year. Organizers say they just don't have enough behind-the-scenes hands right now to manage the logistics of the weekly event. Instead, the society is focusing on recruiting. It's looking for the community to step up and help fill various roles.
It could be, supporting at some of the produce markets that we do, or, helping us manage traffic, or just kind of set up and take down as well. So that's one aspect. We also are actively seeking board members. If somebody wants to be in a leadership role and help us, plan out and prepare events, we certainly would love to talk to you as well.
Those who want to get involved with the farm's upcoming activities can contact the Heritage Society directly. It's estimated about 500,000 Canadians own timeshares, and it's best to study contracts carefully before making a commitment. CTV's Pat Foran has details.
I just want to get out of it.
Gerlin Galligan of Toronto saw an ad on Facebook to have a 3-day, 2-night stay at a resort in Collingwood. It was a promotional offer with a discounted price, and she had to agree to sit through a sales presentation.
They offered us timeshare.
Galligan signed a contract to pay almost $22,000 for a vacation package and agreed to pay $205 per month for 2 years. After that, the payments will increase to $309 at almost 17% interest for 96 months. She says she was unaware there were also annual fees.
Like, if I should have known that I will be paying $1,200 to $1,600 yearly, even if you're not using the resort, I would never sign it.
She signed the contract in October and decided in November she wanted to cancel it, but by then it was too late as the 10-day cooling off period had passed.
There's no way out. It's very unfair for consumers that it's only 10 days.
Galligan signed the contract with Vitality Vacations of Collingwood. A spokesperson told CTV News Vitality Vacations operates in full compliance with Ontario consumer protection laws. Ms. Galligan contacted our team to cancel. At that point, her loan had already been processed and funded. CTV News reached out to the Canadian Resort and Travel Association, which tries to educate consumers on timeshares.
You are obligated under a contract. There's a loan that's involved. There's a financing that's involved in this, and there's an obligation to stay for the term.
Getting out of a timeshare contract is difficult, and companies that claim they can cancel timeshare contracts for a fee may not be able to.
That is absolutely not real. Some people take advantage of poor consumers that are just trying to find an exit.
Galligan says she regrets signing the contract.
I want to share my story for other people to be very careful into getting into timeshares.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
Still ahead tonight on CTV News. A Sudbury staple is back on the water. A new entertainment and visitor attraction in Sault Ste. Marie made its maiden voyage recently. This multi-passenger open-air quadricycle known as a pedal pub launched Friday. Mayor Matthew Shoemaker and others helped unveil the new attraction from Soo Lock Tours. The 2-hour guided tour is meant for between 6 and 15 users. The owner says the Soo is the first northern community to offer the pedal pub experience. Very cool. Sudbury's iconic William Ramsay is officially back on the water. The cruise ship kicked off its season this weekend, welcoming passengers back for scenic tours of Ramsay Lake. The William Ramsay will run on weekends until June 27th. Then there will be 5 cruises a day, 7 days a week for the summer season. This is the vessel's first full year of being back in regular service since its multi-year hiatus and recent restoration. Crew members say they are excited to be back.
We're right on the boardwalk. We're between Science North and Bell Park. The city is doing all kinds of events this summer. Almost every weekend this summer they've got something going on, and we're a 10-minute walk away, so that really helps.
You can find ticket details and departure times on their website. Tickets can also be purchased at Science North's admissions desk. Finally for us tonight, an inspiring journey rooted in kindness and resilience made a stop here in Northern Ontario. 20-year-old cancer survivor Quinn Strang is hitchhiking his way across Canada to raise money for cancer research, relying on the kindness of strangers to get him to the Pacific. Beginning in his hometown of Moncton, New Brunswick, he is tracing Terry Fox's historic route from coast to coast. Since Friday, he has traveled through Sudbury, Wawa, and White River. Today, he climbed the steps to the Terry Fox Memorial statue in Thunder Bay, a moment he says he will never forget.
It was breathtaking. My uncle was telling me about it, and I made sure to not Google any pictures of it before I got there, just so I was even more blown away. And they couldn't have picked a better spot to move it to. It's absolutely gorgeous. I literally stayed there for about 5-6 hours, and I just took it all in. And yeah, no, it means a lot. I actually met Terry Fox's cousin there, and he gave me a 25th anniversary T-shirt, which was wicked, and I got to talk to him. So it was I'm never going to forget that.
Strang has already raised close to $70,000 on his journey out west. He says his message to others is simple. If you want to get somewhere big, you have to do something big. Very true. And that takes us to the end of our newscast this Monday night. Thanks for watching. Good night.